Well, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, and I've been kind of busy the last couple of days here. I had to work on both my pickups. I got them outside working on the new little yard tractor there, trying to get things ready to spray the lawn. I haven't got the sprayer out yet, but I haven't got the chemicals ready to go. I got them up on the shelf up there. Kind of almost out of breath here. Springtime always brings a big list of things to do out in the yard. We get so darn many weeds trying to kick up, and the things you want to grow don't grow so fast, and the things that you want them to go away are taller than they were a year ago. So I hope everybody out there is having a pretty good week. The weather isn't exactly warm today. It's matter of fact, it's kind of on the cool side. I think it's in the 50s maybe, and at least the sun was shining out there when I come out to the garage. Boy, I almost got in my throat. Just a bigger drink. Whew. I hope, well, I'll give a shout out to Thomas out there. I hope his leg's doing a lot better. And Marty, I don't know if he's gotten out of the hospital yet or not. I haven't went through the channels yet today to see what all's going on out there. Looking forward to see what's going on with Lisa tonight on her live. Other than that, I don't know, just too much is going on. I think things are kind of quiet right now. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm quiet as far as the internet. I've got so many activities picked out and things that we're doing that just, man. Well, I was going to tell you, I did have yesterday evening, I had a great supper. Always like to talk a little bit about food, especially when it tastes so good. But when we, every once in a while when we buy some beef, we'll buy some filet mignons. And I have them cut them at about, a little better than 1.5 inches thick. And we put 2 to a package. And they're, even that thick, they're only 6-7 ounces maybe. But it's all pure meat and tender. You can actually cut it with a butter knife, no problem. And if you want to work on it hard enough, you can do it with a fork, I think. And my wife fixed some up last night. So we had that, and I'm trying to think. Mushrooms, smothered the steaks with mushrooms. And they're cooked in butter and garlic and a little bit of ginger, fresh ginger root. And cook the steak up to where she likes hers a little more done than I do. I like mine medium rare. So believe it or not, hers come off the grill first. So she started hers quicker, and mine took an extra maybe 60 seconds or 1.5 minutes more. Well, it wasn't a lot. And we had, I forget what we had for sides now. There was some cottage cheese there, bread, and just a simple meal. It just that every once in a while we reward ourselves with a good cut of meat, and the fillets are a reward, I guess, when we want something special. And it's a lot cheaper than going out. Although, when my wife said that the package on there, it said it was $29 a pound. So it wasn't cheap. I forgot how much it was. I know that we don't do it a lot. You know, what I do is I get a pretty good size fillet for length, and then I have them custom cut it, and then trim the fat and any gristle that might be in there. And what's left is just pure tender meat, very, very good that way. And you can cook them. I mean, no more than 10 minutes, and they're done. They're so tender they cook through quick. But anyway, that was my supper last night, so it put me in a good mood yet today. And then for lunch, she fixed a Thai pizza. It's a pizza that's got a lot of vegetables on it, and it's hot. It's got cheese, but there's hot peppers. There's a chili sauce that goes on it, and let me see, pepper flakes. So you have to be ready for the heat, because it'll make you sweat a little bit and make your nose run a little bit. You know you got into something when you eat that. And what she does is she puts it all together and she puts it on a tortilla. And, medium-sized tortilla. I think they're 6 inch or something like that. They're not real big. And so we fixed 3 and split the third one. That way we've got plenty. It's just a lunch. It's nothing other than that. But it's our favorite type of pizza. And it's easy to fix. So it's got zucchini and onions and, oh boy, I don't know what all's in it's a Thai chili sauce. I don't know what all's in there. It's kind of a sweet and hot, and it'll smoke you if you try to drink it without diluting it a little bit. We buy a lot of it at once, so we've got it in stock. I know, I don't know, a little over a year ago I ordered a case of it, and the case are a case of 12, by the way, it's not like there's 24 or something. Yeah, and the first case didn't come on time, and they couldn't find it in the shipment, so they sent me a different one, and I got it, and a day or two later, here come the one that was lost, and they told us go ahead and keep it. So I had plenty of that Thai sauce to last quite a while. I don't know how much is left out there, but still got it. I guess it just means we need to eat more Thai pizza. Although we use it on meat and stuff too. Yeah, let's see, that does the meals. Now you're either hungry or bored by now. The thing behind me, that tractor, I've got a little problem. I just bought the thing a week ago, and the deck itself is wobbling, so I don't know if there's a problem with the belt or if the spring needs adjusted for the idler. But I'm going to work on it when I get done with this video today. And I'll let you know how it come out either tomorrow or the next day, depending on when I get back on here. A lot of it is I don't know how much time I'm going to have. If we have a decent day tomorrow, I'll probably go ahead and try to knock down some of the weeds around here. I'm going to spray at least a lot out there on the other side to make sure everything's running. I still got to get the sprayer out of the shed out there, make sure the pump's working on it and the gun isn't all froze up. Last time I had to take the little jets out of the bar sprinkler that's on it too. So I would just have to see. I'm kind of contemplating whether to just use the sprayer part and drive real slow so that I can put more on where the weeds are and less on the lawn part, and hope to get it all. And we had some creeping Charlie out here on the divisions between neighbors and myself, and it seems like it always grows back in there. It's kind of hard to get everything right at the fence line. It doesn't. And last year we didn't do much with it, and we had that drought year, and the weeds do great in a drought, and the grass goes away kind of. So we're kind of in that mode right now. And all that seed I put out last year, only about half of it took. And that was mostly in the yard over here on this side, to the west of me. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, heck. Can't think of much else to talk about. I haven't worked on my electric bike yet. I did check to make sure that the battery was up. I put a charge on it halfway through the winter, making sure that it's got a lithium battery in it. It's an extended life battery, or no, it's extended distance type battery. It's got more juice than the regular, so that I can go a lot further with it before it runs out of juice. And it could use a little bit of maintenance on it this year. I use it mainly to run back and forth to the post office. I do a little run around town with it once in a while too, just to exercise it and get out and try to keep my legs worked up. I can't walk all that far anymore. I mean, I can no doubt probably walk a mile, and then that night my legs will be all swelled up, and I'll be putting absorbing on them. I don't know if you guys, a lot of you, if you're up there in age, you probably use some kind of liniment. And back when I was in my early 20s, early on, I got a job as a hanging sheetrock for a guy. And that first couple of months, my wife had to use a liniment on me. And when I'd ask what was the best, the guy said, well, the best thing to do is go down to tack, where they have the tack store down there. They have different things, and they have a horse liniment called absorbing down there. And so that's what I did. I bought a quart of that, and it lasted quite a while. But I rubbed it. I didn't rub it. My wife rubbed it on my back every night because my muscles get so sore all around here and all the way down to the base of my spine. Well, now you can buy it in a little container like that. It's got a roller ball in it or something. And it cost more than that quart did back then. The quart back then was under $3. And that little thing with the roller, or it's got like maybe it's a pad, like a sponge pad. That's around $10 or $10.99 just for that little thing of absorbing. That's terrible. I haven't checked at one of the tack stores around here, the Fleet Farm stores or anything, to see if they still sell it by the quart. I mean, because it's the same exact thing. It's called absorbing, and they used it for the horses to rub their legs down when they get swelled up or have a problem with them. Just a side story. The kill time. That's all. Nothing major. Nothing big. The other day, I put a recipe out there for that chocolate cake. I hope I didn't forget, but my wife says you also had to put 4 eggs in there, along with everything else that I told you about. I hope I didn't forget that. On the box of the cake mix, if you get Betty Crocker, I think it already tells you on there you have to have 4 eggs on there. So, I got to thinking about that the other night, and I'm thinking, if they make that cake and forget to put the eggs in there, it's not going to hold together very well, and it won't have that rich body to it that it gets when you put eggs in. So, and if you do make it, let me know how it turned out. I don't want. It's expensive when you put all that stuff in it, and a mistake it gets to be a little pricey mistake. So. Not much else going on, I don't think, today. I think I give you the gist of what I was doing this morning, and probably what I'm going to have to end up doing tomorrow. There's about a half acre I have to spray here, and it's not that it takes very long. It's just getting set up and then cleaned up afterwards. I usually clean everything out at the end of my drive down here, and it's pretty long to get down. And I gotta bring hoses from clear up here and take them all the way down there, so it gets to be, everything is work, and when you get to be my age, anything over 20 feet is a long ways. You get out there and you say, is it worth it? My neighbor, well, the next house up on the other side of this neighbor, he's got one of those four-wheelers, side by side, and he's got a big building back here he put up a few years ago. We had the Amish build it for him. It's a big metal building, and he runs back and forth there all day, and it's from his house back there, it's a block, okay? So, and he's up there, he's a few years older than I am, and he's had this four-wheeler side by side for quite a while now. But between him and his wife, it seems like they run the wheels off from it, because they're back and forth. When he built the building, he had a small lean-to coming out off this end of it, the east side of it, and it's heated and got a concrete floor and all kinds of windows and stuff. And one side of it is his, and then there's a petition, and then the other side belongs to his wife. His wife likes to make knickknacks and things like that. And their garage, part of it is full of equipment to do the same thing. They make yard ornaments and stuff in it. They're up there. His wife is the same age as I am, and he's a little older, let's put it that way. But they're still active. I mean, very active. And his is, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking maybe he has, in this particular block, he has probably the most ground. And then my neighbor over there has, I think, 1.5 acres on that side. So myself and the one over there and the one right there, we each have a 1/2 acre. So I would have to have that house and their yards to get up to the size of either one of the other ones. And I'm not so sure if I'd want to maintain all that anyway. So I think I'm almost there. Once I get this stuff worked on, I'm going to start clearing my garage out a little bit and get it a little bit more organized. All winter, as I work on projects, instead of putting things away like I really should, sometimes they end up either on a bench. I've got one here, a mobile bench, and then I've got the ones built in over there. But I keep my toolboxes right and arranged, but other things, whether it's rags or additives that I've got, I had extra soil left over and seed from last year and fertilizer and cans of paint. And, everything ended up in a corner or not in the right place in the shelf. And then I fool with this all winter, so I've got different mics out setting and different cords out. I've got I've got to go through them and throw some stuff away that's messed up. I did go through most of the earphones that went bad and threw them away. For some reason, they go bad on one side, and the wiring is so thin. Trying to work on it is miserable. So most of the time I just throw it away. And the cheapest ones are this pair. Has lasted a long time. I don't know why, but it has. Yeah, I've got some of my mics around here. They weren't real expensive, but they certainly weren't cheap. And a lot of them just didn't work the way I thought they would. They have a tendency to be a lot are a little tinny, and I don't know why. But I do have a new set way up there. And so if one of these gets broke or something, then I'll be breaking that new set. I think right now I may have let me show you this one. I've got about, I think I've got 9 similar to this. They came in different sets over the years. this thing here just keeps me from, so you don't hear my lisping as bad. Okay, well, that's it. If you have any questions for me, put in the comment section down there. I'll try to get it answered. Somebody asked me for some documents. I thought that they were up on my youngest channel, and I didn't go over there and check again to see if they were. I'm pretty sure they are. If you go look, I don't know if it's in the postings, and it might have to explode them up or something. They might be compressed, but I really believe they're there. And that was the latest thing that had come back from the judge up there on the federal case with where Bruce is released from representing John and Michelle. So, and I don't know if Lisa's going to go over that tonight. She may. I don't know. I guess if she doesn't, I'll try to make a copy and show them up on my computer in the next day or two. But I'm thinking maybe Lisa will put them on hers. I hope. I'm not very good at the paperwork and the tech end of fooling with this stuff, so it may take me a day or two to figure each thing out. It's not that I don't have some decent equipment, because I've got a good printer in there, and I think it's, if I remember right, I think it's Tori got one not too long ago, and I think mine is similar to that. It has multiple tanks in there that you can see into, and it holds a lot more ink than those portable jobbers you stick in there all the time. This one you fill it up with bottles that they have a little check valve in them. You stick it in the top and it goes gurgle, 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 and fills a little tank up. That's what I've got. And each color is separate from the other, so you only have to buy the color that you're using the most. And the tank with the black in it is twice as big as the others. So a lot of times if I'm printing something out, I just do it in black or gray, gray tone. That's it. Like I say, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the comments down there. Hit the thumbs up if you want. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It don't cost you anything. My channel's still free. As long as I can hold on to it and not have to worry about it, it probably will be. I can't think of a whole lot. I wasn't real happy yesterday. The threats that were out there, they're just getting too real. And, sometimes I wonder why it happens that way. Every once in a while, when I get the negative end coming into my channel, it doesn't matter what I talk about either, by the way. Just this channel, I'm not talking about anybody or anything, and I'm going to get negative comments in here, and I'm going to get the check mark by the hate thing. A long time ago it wasn't that way. I very seldom got any of the check marks that was a hate mark, and I didn't have the problems. But someday maybe it'll get back the way it was. I don't know. Just have to hope. I can't think of why so many people get so unsatisfied so quick, but they do. I guess they have a kind of a rough life. Some of them, all they can think about is trolling the internet, and you can always tell when they get on there because they harangue quite a bit. Have you ever noticed that? It's too bad that the good Lord can't give them a little sunshine so they don't feel so bad about their lifestyle or whatever it is. It's bugging them. It's almost like a burr underneath the saddle blanket on a horse. They seem to start bucking around and doing all kinds of stuff. I get on here because I just kind of enjoy watching other people's channels and the BS. I watch one from down there in Louisiana. I love that one. Those people live where I used to down there in Houma, Louisiana, and they fish a lot of the same spots that I used to back 40 years ago. It's been a long time since I was in Houma, but I loved it down there. And I think if it wasn't for the hurricanes, I'd probably still be there. I think it finally, there comes a time where doesn't matter where you live, there's always something wrong either with the weather or, you can live in Tennessee or Kentucky or Mississippi and get flooded out real easy. You get down through the center of those states, going from north to south, and it's just like a big valley of floods that have happened in the last few years. And some of the towns haven't recovered. There's, I think it's Jackson, Mississippi. It's in terrible shape. I don't know if they have their full water plant and sewer plant back yet or not, but you can buy a home there cheap. And but I don't know what you do for municipal services. I guess somebody who lived there would have to say something. And I had looked at quite a few places in Kentucky. There was one that was that close to buying it and somebody got it. And in Georgia, going back quite a few years now in Georgia, I looked at it was a huge house, acreage, and it had been dormant for a while. And I was ready to make an offer on it, and I couldn't get the real estate agent to call me back. And when I finally did get a hold of this agent down there, she said that it was off the market. And I don't know if somebody put it aside. It was for sale for a long time. But I was willing to buy it and just completely remodel it. It was a big, beautiful home at one time, but it needed a little bit of everything. And a business had been operated on it, and it had a quarry on the back end of it that was still operational, and they had separated that away from the house. So there was a service road that was a dirt road going past the house. So when they're working on the quarry, you're going to end up with dust and stuff at that house. So I think that might have been the reason it wasn't selling. But in my mind, you could plant some pretty thick bushes along the side and some trees, and you'd get rid of the noise and the dust. You wouldn't get rid of everything, but you get enough of it so that you could be comfortable without having to worry about all the debris coming into your place. I think it would have worked out fine. Beautiful place. Boy, I wish I'd have got it. I would have moved to Georgia. And they have pretty good tax breaks for retirees. So. But I've looked at a lot of different states. Florida. I looked at Arizona. I almost bought a place in Arizona that had everything. And the swimming pool. I'm trying to think where I looked at one place, and it actually had an indoor pool. The whole estate took up about it was a block long by half a block wide, I think. And the enclosure around the pool had some storm damage, and some of the glass had been broken out. It was going to take some major work to get everything back into place. And I thought about putting those frosted thermal, kind of like a plastic thermal pane setups up there, for the top. Because it was, this thing was bright, it was beautiful, nice tile around it and everything. And it was going at a reasonable cost. It was, it was under $200,000 at the time. So you can imagine, you get something like that, you get $1 million out of it easy if you fixed everything up. Beautiful grounds. It wasn't going to take much. The house was halfway decent, but like I say, it needed work on that part from storm damage. And I can't remember where it was at though. It was when I was looking at a lot of places in Georgia though, so it could have been down there. It wasn't in Florida, that I can tell you. That place. It was down south. Oh well. My memory. I'm going to let you go. This thing's a half hour long. You're going to get bored before you get here. Oh, come on. Move around. All right. Let's get this.